Hey everybody, this is Dream, and today I'm going to be reviewing Super Meat Boy Forever. Super Meat Boy Forever is developed by Team Meat, published by Team Meat. It came out, I should say, on April 16th of 2021, and is an ID at Xbox title, and the game is $20 on Xbox. Alright, so what is Super Meat Boy Forever? Well, it is a platformer. This is the sequel to the first Super Meat Boy game. And in the first game, it was a platformer where you had to really use some really advanced skill in order to complete a very detailed and complex platforming game, very akin to, Super Mario and things of that nature, but even more difficult. This game, while it does have the precision platforming, this has changed up the game a little bit, and it now is a auto runner, which requires you to choose your decisions quickly, as opposed to trying to find the precise ways to get around certain things. In the original game, it was an auto runner where you could take the time, to figure out what your next move is going to be. And in this one, you just basically run, and it's like trial and error over and over. I'm not a fan of auto runners. I thought that the first game was really well done. I'm not a fan of this one because I don't like auto runners, and I feel like what made the original game a high quality game has been lost in this. I mean, this game has all the things that you remember, that makes, from a graphic perspective and from music and everything else perspective, it gives you, and even the characters themselves, it reminds you of Super Meat Boy. But aside from those things, this is a totally different kind of game. I think this is a pretty big risk for the developer because I don't think this is going to be everybody's cup of tea. Certainly not mine. I certainly wouldn't call this a sequel based on the fact that it's so radically different. It would be like if, it just seems like a strange thing to do for a game that was so widely popular and people were looking so much forward for a sequel, to change the game to such a dramatic level to the point where it's basically unrecognizable beyond the graphical nature of the game itself. As for the game itself, I mean, it plays well, which you want, if everything works as it's supposed to in the game, but I can't say that I enjoy playing it because I don't like auto runners. I would much rather have a sequel to the Super Meat Boy that is similar, in the style of game that the original was. Having this new version, which is auto runner, is not appealing to me at all. And I'll be honest, I don't think there's any likelihood that I'm going to complete this game or even attempt to complete this game, because for one, it's just as hard, if not harder, than Super Meat Boy, which I don't think that's a bad thing at all, to be a difficult game. But I don't want to play a auto runner like this. It's just not something that I enjoy to begin with. And adding the fact that it's, as hard as a Super Meat Boy original game was, if not harder. I'm not sure if it's actually harder. It might be a little bit easier, to be honest, but regardless, it's not something that I really want to spend a lot of time doing, so it's not something I will. As for the game itself, I'm going to give the game a 6 out of 10, mostly because I'm kind of disappointed that they kind of took the easy way out and made a auto runner as opposed to another complex, detailed platformer. I mean, it definitely is a platformer still, but it's just a different type of platformer, and overall it's a disappointment to me. If you like auto runners and you like Super Meat Boy, then putting those two things together might be something that you're really happy about. I'm not one of those people, and that's pretty much all I can say about that. As for the achievements in this game, this is going to be a very difficult list, unless you're just like a god at auto runners. I definitely wouldn't recommend it from an achievement perspective unless you really are good at these types of games. And the price to me seems like it's fair if you are into auto runners. But if it was a standard, if it was like the original Super Meat Boy game and wasn't an auto runner, I would say the price is really good. But because it isn't, I don't, I feel like that's kind of incomplete for me when it comes to trying to score the game overall. I didn't attribute the price in my score of the game. I just basically attributed the fact that I think it's kind of unfortunate that they decided to change this to a different type of game than what it was before. So that's pretty much all I have to say about this. If you do pick it up, let us know in the comments what you think. I think if you are in our Discord, you probably get an opportunity to win a couple copies of the game in our Discord if you're there. So make sure to keep an eye out there for potential chances to win a copy. That's all I'm going to have to say today about this, so have a nice day, everybody.